currency under threat. Wesley Stevenson's here today looking at changes in banking.
I've been looking at whether we should be more accepting of the changes banks make. Do you understand that it's actually more expensive to be in the bank than in the bank?
And if you return to Britain after a time abroad, how do you build up good credit? But first, share prices plunged around the world this week, partly on fears that the Greek bailout, finally agreed on Friday, won't work. That could threaten the very existence of the euro, an independent currency. But markets here have also been spooked by the uncertainty about what one academic told the BBC was an unviable parliament that can't be repaired short of another election. The fear is that with no party able to take command, with a majority in the House of Commons, MPs won't take the tough action needed to deal with our large growing government debt. All the parties said in their manifesto that it was important, though none said how they would do it. And yesterday, David Cameron, still 20 seats short of the majority in the House of Commons, put it at the heart of his offer to the Liberal Democrats.
No government will be in the national interest unless it deals with the biggest threat to our national interest. We remain completely convinced that starting to deal with the deficit this year is essential. The new government must grip this deficit and prevent the economic catastrophe that would result from putting out the difficult and the urgent action that needs to be taken.
Well, without a clear and credible plan, the UK will find it more expensive to borrow, pushing up interest rates, weakening the pound and damaging share prices further. Well, to unpick Greece, governing the UK and share prices, Somerset Webb, the editor-in-chief of Money Week. And in Somerset Webb, where what extent has the fall in share prices in London been due to political uncertainty?
Separate that, which has international in it, and a FTSE 250, which is much more domestically orientated. And if we look at that, we can see that the FTSE 250 fell by over 4% yesterday, whereas the 100 was only 2.5%. So that tells us that markets are taking what's happening in the UK extremely seriously. You can see it in the pound as well, which yesterday actually fell against the euro. Our currency fell against a currency that is likely to collapse completely. So you can see that the market thinks that what is going on in British politics is a very, very serious business, even compared to what's happening in Europe.
But also National Institute of Economic and Social Research. How urgent then is it to produce a plan to cut spending and reduce this annual overspending?
Well, I think that what people want to see is a coherent government which can reduce.
Je fais ce que je veux quand je veux.
To at least half the deficit in 2014. I certainly think that if you look at what's happening to the market for government stocks, prices
Ce que je veux quand je veux. Ah, 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 ah.
there's nothing there to indicate that investors has yet to show obviously, as we've seen with Greece, the market sentiment can change very rapidly, but I think it's actually a judgment how likely you think that influences the decision whether you think we need to start cutting or to start cutting further this year. It's important to remember that Labour had already proposed cuts of about £50 billion in the deficit relative to last year, and the Conservatives are simply saying that needs to go up to 21 billion.
Yes, of course, what we've been told, though, is not so much when you start cutting this year, that you must have a plan in place so people believe you'll be cutting certain money next year.
I think that's right. I don't actually think there is a desperate need to introduce substantial further cuts this year. I am quite sure that what people want to see is